This is everything I carry in the back of my 105 Series Landcruiser for camping and four-wheel drive trips. Keeping gear organised is one of the biggest challenges when you start touring, so today I'll show you my full setup. Drawers for camp gear, recovery storage, hidden compartments, a fridge and my 12-volt power system. All laid out so I can find what I need fast when I'm out in the bush. From arriving to the campsite to cooking dinner takes no longer than a few minutes. I'll show you how. This is what the back of the cruiser looks like during normal everyday use. And this is what it looks like when I'm out camping or four-wheel driving. So straight away you can see everything I have all organised neatly in the back of the car. Now you can see the fridge is on top, got a few bigger items on top of the drawers, and I've got the two drawers underneath for all my smaller stuff for camping and recovery gear, as well as the two wings which hide some secret things I don't use that often, but when I need them, I need them. So I'll go through and show you exactly how it's all set out and why I've chosen to set it out this way. So I will also mention the weight of this whole system. The drawers themselves weigh about 80 kilos. Then once you add all your camping gear and recovery gear on top of that, it might come to like, 100 kilos, 120 kilos-ish. So it does weigh a little bit, but obviously not the heaviest system you can get on the market. So it's not like a full-blown, setup in the back. It's just a couple of drawers and a bit of gear. Now, the first thing you probably noticed was the fridge sticking out by itself, just like this. Now, this is a must for me because I usually camp about a night or two at a time before moving campsites. So having everything easily accessible is, super, super important. And that's why I have the fridge separate. There's nothing on top of it, nothing boxing it in. I can still pull up to camp, unlatch the drawer and pull it out. Then I can open up and access everything I want in the fridge without unpacking anything else. That's just a super, super handy thing to be able to do, and I recommend it for your own setup. Keep the fridge nice and accessible by itself. So the next spot is next to the fridge just here, which is for skinny things, I guess you could say. It's got the table there as well as the gas stove top, so that's there nicely. Wedged in there, doesn't really move that much, so it's a good spot to store things like that just next to the fridge. And then on this other side of the fridge I have my bigger things like my clothes bag, I have my camp chair there, I have my guitar. I'm not a very good player though, so don't ask me to play. Here's my guitar here, I was telling you about before. It's got stickers from all the places I've taken it and played it, so I reckon that's a cool little sticker wall to have. Yeah. Also got my tackle box back there, if you can see, and a few fishing rods down this side. So yeah, basically everything that doesn't stay in the car full time just sits on top of the drawers. I just take it out, chuck it in as I need it to. So it's a pretty quick setup to get ready for camping, really. So now let's move into the actual drawers of the system. So I've got two drawers, they're Dominic's drawers. I had done a video on these before. If you want to check it out, you can. If you don't want to, don't worry about it. So the first drawer in this setup is this left-hand one, and that houses all of my camp gear. So everything I need to cook dinner and then wash up after dinner is in this drawer. So everything from, my cutlery set, which is an MSA one, which is actually really, really good. I highly recommend these ones. I got stainless steel plates, which are great because you can heat them up on the fire and they won't melt like plastic ones would. I've got my washing up tub in the back here. I do have a hot plate for a campfire in case I want to actually cook over the fire, which is always nice. Dustpan and brush for the rooftop tent. I've got a little container here as well, which houses, all the small things like your matches, salt and pepper, tea bags, washing up liquid, scrub daddy even. So everything I need is in this drawer. Got, a billy. You need a billy for camping, I reckon. Got gas for my gas stove, as well as pots and pans and mugs and bowls and just anything I need to cook a meal and then, clean up after it is in this drawer. And this, it looks like a lot of stuff, but it actually does pack away in there pretty nicely. And it doesn't rattle as much as you might think. Like I think these drawers with the carpet and, being, wood, they do dampen some of the noise. So you don't hear, tins rattling the whole time you're driving. It's actually pretty quiet still, which is nice. So that is drawer number one. Now this second drawer is a little bit more exciting, if you ask me. It is all of my full drive recovery gear and anything I need when I'm full driving. So the bin bag is in here as well actually. That's not necessarily full driving, but That's stored in there whenever it's not on the back tyre. But in here, I have got all of my snatch straps I need for towing, all my winch extensions and stuff. I have got a heap of other straps like ratchet straps, you know, ocky straps. I've got a tarp in here in case I need it. I've got a few D shackles and C shackles and all that. I have a little shovel for you know what. Also have a first aid kit, which is a must when you're traveling in Australia. Definitely have a first aid kit somewhere easy to get to. So that's in there as well, just some twine. Yeah, heaps and heaps of ratchet straps and a few like pegs and other tie down straps in here. Also have this little inverter, which I have never used, but Dad got this for me. And yeah, it's here in case I ever need it, which is great. Then I've also got this hardcore case I got when I had my lights. And in here is just a heap of bits and pieces like, you know, tape and a few spare straps and just things for the lights. If I ever need them when I'm out camping, I can come in here and grab them and it's all there ready to go. So all my recovery gear stays separate from my camp gear so I can grab it fast if I'm stuck in mud or sand and not have to go through and unload everything to get to it. And then if any of my recovery gear gets dirty, like a snatch strap fall in the mud, I'll just tug it in my bin bag on the back of the tyre and then clean it when I get the chance before chucking it back in the drawer. So that is all my recovery gear, nice and organised. So the next spot that I store gear is actually kind of hidden. It is in the wing on this side. So if I move my bag out of the way, you can see there's this little screw thing here. I can undo this and pop this lid up. You can see there's a few things hidden under here. So here is for the gear I don't use very often. All this gear in here I need to get quickly and easily, but in here I don't really need to. So I've got my air compressor. That's a big thing people keep in their wings, and I think it's a great idea to keep your air compressor and air hose all tucked away in this wing. So when you do need it, you can grab it and pull it out, but you never need it in a hurry. So it's always there, ready to go if I need it though. As well as just some extra rope and stuff if I need is in that wing, all tucked away. And yeah, once this lid is on, bang, it's all hidden, all tucked away. But if you need it, you know it's here, ready to go, because those kind of things like the compressor and extra rope, when you need them, you need them. So it's good to have them somewhere that you know where it is and where it won't get moved. So that's what I keep in the wing. Now, there's also a wing on this side, but that's not for gear, it's for my 12-volt system. So you would have seen this little panel here I've got on this wing. This is just a cheap panel, and all it has is a few USB chargers, a cigarette outlet on this side, as well as a few switches. This does these lights up the back here, you can see that. This middle switch does my rooftop tent power. This one's just a spare for now, but it could do a compressor maybe. But this is all wired up behind here. So if I open up this wing, and this is very messy as well, by the way, so don't judge me on this. But here you'll see all my 12-volt stuff tucked away in there. Now, it basically is just a little fuse box with a negative bus mounted in there. These cables come from the second battery under the bonnet, wired into here, and then you can see all these switches behind here. It's very messy and very tight, and this is going to be upgraded very soon in the future. But that's just so you know what is in this wing and why I don't store anything in there, because it's dedicated for all my 12-volt stuff. And it works out really well having all your 12-volt stuff hidden in one of the wings, because even though it's messy, you can't see it because it's hidden away and looks nice and neat. So I will admit it does need upgrading in the future, and it is on the list to upgrade all this. But for now, that is where my 12-volt system is kept, hidden in that wing. Now, another thing I'm missing in this setup is a water storage system, like a water tank somewhere. A lot of people have that, but I don't have that luxury yet. I'm still on a bit of a budget. So I've just got this jerry can at the minute with water in it. And then this rear bar has a cutout for the tap to go in. So it works fine for what I use it for, but a onboard water tank would be lovely if I get there in the future. So now you've seen the setup in the back of the Cruiser, I want to just go through a few things on what I want to do differently and what I want to change. So the first thing I've already mentioned is the 12-volt setup. Now it does work and it's fine for now, but it is very, very basic. So I would like to upgrade that a bit and make it a lot neater which is on the list to do this year sometime, so keep an eye out for that. But that's just the main thing I'm not super happy with the back of this. And also maybe a storage system for inside the drawers to like section it off, or tubs or something. So if you have any ideas, let me know. So do you run this system with 2 drawers in the back of your wagon? Or have you found your own cheeky little way to store heaps of stuff in a small amount of space? Let me know, because I'm so keen to see all your setups and how you run your rigs. Now this setup is not perfect, but because it's so quick and accessible, it has made life on the road so much easier. That's all for me. I'll see you in the next video.